Anime MCs tend to be pretty overpowered. Saitama's show is literally called One Punch Man, and some of them just get no love like Yuji, since Gege is too busy sucking off Sukuna most of the time. Yet, nothing beats the MC going from a bum to an absolute chad, and that's what Solo Leveling is all about, as Son Jin-Woo goes from an absolute loser to a f***ing raid boss. For over 10 years, gates have been appearing, linking Earth to an alternate dimension, resulting in the birth of hunters, the only people capable of defeating the magical beast. These hunters are ranked from S to E rank based on pure talent, and no amount of hard work can change your rank. Introducing Son Jin-Woo, swagless, and worst of all, his nickname is the weakest hunter of all mankind. You know, most MCs tend to have some cold ass titles: the Devil of Paradise, the Devil's Footprint. Jin-Woo out here competing with Scott Pilgrim for World's bummiest 23-year-old. The first time we see bro fight, he showcases the sorriest dodges, his knife breaks trying to stab a goblin, and gets one shot by this weak ass stab. But this is just a daily occurrence for him at this point. And at least his healer, Ju-Hee, is kinda bad. Hey yo guys, peep this! Damn, that's a big ass cave. Surely it leads to more loot. Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Don't worry, Ju-Hee. It's most likely a double dungeon, which means more loot. What could possibly go wrong? How you feeling, Jin-Woo? Damn, I really need some bread since my dad left to get the milk. My mom is bedridden, and I gotta send my sister to college. Come on, Jin-Woo. What would the self-improvement TikTokers do?
I'm gonna be like, bang, oh, I've seen that before. Okay, boom, boom, duck and dive in, take one terrorist out. Next, get the AK, go Rambo, take out all of fucking Pakistan with a Jeep. I don't play games.
Fuck if we ball.
A few minutes later.
So like the responsible hunters they are, they enter the dungeon. While the rest of the squad isn't skeptical about the fact that the lights lit up on their own, Jin-Woo starts to feel skeptical, and so does homeboy over here as he tries to leave the dungeon. But a wise man once said, fuck around and find out.
Finish him. Fatality.
So Jin-Woo starts shitting bricks, since if that guy was D rank and he ended up like this, then it ain't looking too good for Jin-Woo. Bro can't stop looking at this statue as it locks in on him and shoots an eye beam, completely eviscerating this innocent man. Realizing he's trapped, Jin-Woo starts shitting more bricks, but Mr. Song orders everyone to not move since the statues will attack, and unfortunately he lost his arm. So him and Jin-Woo start thinking of a way to get out of here, but this nigga think he's Sonic or something as he dashes and gets absolutely owned. But even after that, Jin-Woo still ain't giving up as he calls back to the 3 commandments the statue was holding. First, revere God. Second, praise God. And third, prove your faith to God. So Jin-Woo gets to cooking, and this is the first time we've ever seen him exude any bit of aura. Even Unk is shook, so he stares the statue dead in the eye, and as soon as his eyes light up, he bows down and commands everyone else to do so, therefore completing the first commandment, and the statue does the creepiest smile ever. But it's never that easy, as the statue just gets up and everyone starts panicking. Homeboy over here starts walking towards the statue and gets down to his knees and starts praying, since the second commandment is to praise God. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Oh fuck! But deliver us from evil. Amen. You thought he was finished? Nah, that's another body. This dude got a family to get back to? Too bad, your ass done as well. This guy gets Gojo'd, and Jin-Woo gets back to cooking while running for his life. He realizes that some statues are holding instruments, which must mean they can't harm you. So everyone starts sprinting towards the instrument statues. But when he gets to a statue with Ju-Hee, it doesn't activate. So he starts sprinting towards the last instrument statue. But it turns out he landed at the wrong one as it just drops on him. He's forced to crawl to the last instrument, and Jin-Woo starts showcasing his main character determination as he barely makes it in time.
Barely made it.
Ju-Hee has the audacity to run across to him, asking if he's okay after getting his leg cut off. At least he tried to heal it. This altar randomly spawns in the middle of the dungeon, and with the last commandment being prove your faith to God, everyone makes the assumption that one person has to sacrifice themselves and the rest can be free. So this random points his sword at Mr. Song and tells him to sacrifice himself since he's the leader. So Mr. Song walks up, but only a flame is lit up. So Jin-Woo gets all the hunters to walk up, and the door opens. The statue start walking towards the flames, and Shorty over here tripping balls and just sprints for it. But the door only closes a little bit and only one flame went out. So this nigga makes a run for it with no regard for Jin-Woo, leaving him wasted. And Shik hit Jin-Woo with the "I got a family" and also dips, leaving just Jin-Woo, Ju-hee, and Mr. Song. Mr. Song tells Ju-hee to take Jin-Woo and leave, but since she's useless, her legs collapse. So out of our last remaining 3 characters, we have a boomer with a missing arm, a 23-year-old bum with a missing leg, but somehow the healer ends up becoming the most useless out of the 3. If you were to put Ju-hee next to a trash can, honestly you wouldn't be able to spot the difference. Jin-Woo displays some of the worst riz in anime history by giving Ju-hee the only crystal he has. Mr. Song knocks out Ju-hee as they leave the dungeon, leaving Jin-Woo as the last remaining hunter. Bring it on, you freaks! I'm taking at least one of you down with me!
A newfound power. Sung Jin-Woo awakens.
Jin-Woo wakes up perfectly fine with both his arms and legs still intact. Bro thinks everything was just a dream, but little does he know that he's mentally scarred for life. These surveillance hunters walk in on Jin-Woo due to the suspicion of him having experienced a second awakening, since he was the only person found when the Tiger Guild was sent to inspect the dungeon. A hunter's power is determined upon awakening and never changes, but on rare occasions a hunter may be blessed to surpass these limits and have a second awakening. Sung Jin-Woo, we believe that you have awoken your true power. I can't believe it! Such a prestigious hunter believes that I can actually be useful in this world? Here goes! If they ran into insta-kill magic beasts, there's no way an E-rank could have survived, let alone with no injuries. He must at least be A-rank.
This nigga is trash!
Damn, not even a 70? He more sorry than an E-rank. Sorry ass nigga! Jin-Woo is more confused and disappointed since he's wondering how they didn't notice this big ass hut over him. And then Anime Sister of the Year Gina walks in. Feels good to see siblings in an anime being normal for once. She walks out and Jin-Woo starts analyzing the system that only he can see since he is the player. And it wouldn't be an MMO without daily quests. These dailies looking hella familiar. Notice how penalty is in all red here? Jin-Woo doesn't know about the ancient rule. Fuck around and find out. As he wakes up in a desert since he ain't complete his daily quest, and now he has to run away from a scorpion for 4 hours.
I'm joking!
The next day.
Jin-Woo's starting to get used to being the player as he's gotten a grasp on how the system works, including the 3 types of rewards he gets from completing his dailies: a full recovery, skill points for his attributes, and loot boxes. As Jin-Woo approaches the dungeon, he calls back to what keeps him going: the hard labor, the constantly being treated less than human. It's all for the sake of his family, so he can cure his mother's illness and send his sister to college. He's willing to work his ass off, even if it means he has to walk this path alone, and that's what he accepts as he enters the dungeon. He instantly encounters goblins, and that's when bro realized he's not built for this. The goblins try and jump him, but Jin-Woo finally kills one and then gets to 3k, but then this big bad wolf comes out of nowhere and Jin-Woo hits him with the Detroit Smash, but it's not very effective. So he opens his inventory, gets a big ass sword, and just slices the wolf in half. But it ain't that easy, since even more wolves spawn in. Jin-Woo tries to slice one, but his sword gets stuck, so he hits him with the feint sidekick and decapitates his head off. The other wolf is shook and just flees, and just like that, Jin-Woo is level 2 now. But being level 2 isn't enough to beat the dungeon boss. He's gonna have to EXP farm, and luckily for him, the wolf pulled back up with its whole pack.
Outstanding! Amazing!
Bro casually takes on a 1v20 and gets the title Wolf Assassin along with a teleportation stone, but compared to the monsters he had to fight in the double dungeon, these beasts ain't shit. And now he's level 15, so you know damn well he's gonna go face that boss. He arrives at the boss's spawn and it instantly bitch slaps the fuck out of him, breaking his sword. Kasaka charges towards Jin-Woo, and Jin-Woo tries to cut through its skin, but it's damn near indestructible. As Kasaka counter whips Jin-Woo, sending him underwater, Jin-Woo barely escapes drowning, but it doesn't matter since Kasaka bodies the fuck out of him and yeets a whole ass train to his face. Blood was not prepared for this. While running away from the train, he trips and falls, but he's not going out just like that. He calls back to all the times he's ridiculed for being weak, and as he gets up, he's ready to put them sorry days behind him and challenges Kasaka head on. Nobody knows how it feels to be me. Constantly ridiculed for being sorry. I couldn't even avoid taking damage from them weak ass goblins. Cause I'm weak. But that all changes now. I'm done with being a sorry ass nigga.
Little bro got some XP points, you think you can fuck with me? Oh yeah, nigga, it's over for you. Where the fuck did this bum go? Get the fuck off me!
Fuck the defense. I spent all my skill points on strength. You bum ass. I guess I really am solo leveling.
Later that same evening.
After defeating Kasaka, Jin-Woo is transported back to the real world, and as he leaves the subway, he's approached by a soldier, and apparently there's a dungeon break going on, so the soldier leads Jin-Woo to the boss, and Ju-hee is participating in the boss battle, but she has PTSD, so she's useless yet again. So in order to help her out, Jin-Woo just launches this dusty ass sword towards the boss and breaks its shield so that the hunters can finish the job. The soldier is in absolute shock about Jin-Woo's power, but as he leaves the scene, Ju-hee spots him, questioning why he's there, and as Jin-Woo looks back, we get to see what 100 push-ups can have your forearms looking like, and just like that, the prologue is concluded.
3 weeks later.
All the girls are chatting about this new patient, and turns out it's Jin-Woo, as he's been doing push-ups, sit-ups, and plenty of juice. This nurse walks in, and she blushing just off seeing this man. Bro is so oblivious that when she asks him for his number, he thinks it's so that she can send him his test results.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
Jin-Woo is finally back home, and Gina can't believe how different her brother looks from just doing the most mundane exercises. But hey, I guess working out just helps men get taller according to Gina. Like the responsible older brother he is, he sends Gina off to school and assigns his skill points to agility and perception. But even though he's leveling up, he can't out-level financial responsibility, as a landlord calls him, basically saying, get a job and pay this rent off. So Jin-Woo starts looking for ways to participate in, but none of them are paying well, until he gets this one random notification, and he instantly jogs there to complete his dailies. Off rip, they're already shit talking as the nigga with a fro calls Jin-Woo by his weakest of all mankind nickname, but little does he know, Jin-Woo is already skeptical about these guys as they make him sign a contract, and overall, they're not that strong, but a bag's a bag, so he signs the contract, and here comes the golden boy, introducing Jin-Ho. The D-rank hunter with 8 rank gear because he's a Nepo baby. They enter the portal to the dungeon, put some light on, and instantly get jumped by ants. But these guys got that 2016 Warriors chemistry, so they handled them pretty quickly. Bro over here doing a whole ass Stardust breaker, but Jin-Woo still feels like there's something iffy going on. Big bro tries to check Jin-Woo, but Jin-Woo ain't fucking with it and tells Jin-Ho to be wary about these guys. Fast forward and they arrive at the boss, and it's just filled with mana crystals, but apparently Dong-Suk's squad coincidentally left their mining tools behind. Jin-Woo already sees what's going on here, but Jin-Ho can't believe it. They hit him with the fakest smile ever and seal off the boss chamber. The spider boss finally wakes up, and Jin-Ho has the audacity to try and fight it alone, but step aside, young blood, since compared to the shit Jin-Woo saw, this spider ain't shit.
Fight!
While smiling under pressure, Jin-Woo dashes towards the spider and leaps over it. Jin-Woo is shocked at how strong Jin-Woo is, and just like that, the real hunt starts now. Jin-Woo tries to cut its legs off, but it's not very effective. He goes for it a couple more times before realizing that the spider's exoskeleton is too hard, and he needs to attack its weak spot in order to use his dagger's debuffs, paralysis, and drain. But his fatigue is catching up to him, so he has to do it fast, and by fast, he means using his new dash skill, the Sonic Boost. Bro out here moving like Zenitsu. Unfortunately, his debuff gets cancelled out, forcing him to fall back, but he instantly charges back in. However, right before he can land a hit, his fatigue bites him in the ass. Right before the spider can land a finishing blow, Jin-Woo uses the full recovery he got from completing his dailies right before entering the dungeon. He's so swaggy, he makes plot convenience look cool.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
After seeing that masterclass of a performance, Jin-Ho becomes Jin-Woo's biggest glazer. Bro offers to hold his crystal, gives him water, mines the mana crystals, and calls him boss. But they couldn't even give Jin-Woo a break, since as soon as he's done drinking water, the ops pull up. They assume that Jin-Ho is the one who defeated the boss and order him to kill Jin-Woo, but since he's a #1 glazer, he refuses. Even Jin-Woo is shocked, but these niggas ain't playing no games. Jin-Woo even gets an urgent quest, but this guy hit him with the knockoff Stardust Breaker before he can even finish reading it. Damn it, here I am again, on my deathbed, wondering how'd I get here. But how could I forget? That sorry ass niggas always have the last laugh. You're weak! Weakest of them all! Weakest hunter of all mankind! Sorry ass nigga. So this is what it's come to. I simply gotta kill the ops or else I die. Luckily, I've been waiting to do this for a long time. Damn, bro, why you ain't kill him? Lock in! How the fuck is he still breathing?
Have any of y'all ever played Undertale?
Oh my god, I love Undertale! What the fucking indie game got to do with us trying to murder you?
Well, there's one thing that Flowey says in the tutorial that's always stuck with me.
Yeah, and what's that?
In this world.
Oh, so you think you better start a genocide run now?
I'm done being a sorry ass nigga.
Let some bum like you fuck me.
Too bad for you. I'm the main character of this story.
Yo bro, just a prank, chill. Do you have any idea who my little bro is?
You tried to kill my ass 3 times, let alone jump me. And you think I'm gonna let your ass see the sun again?
A few minutes later.
Shorty out here questioning how the D rank and E rank hunters ended up surviving, but Jin-Ho proves yet again he the #1 glazer, since according to him, nothing ever happened.
The next day,
Jin-Woo arrives back home and treats his sister to some KFC. Gina is skeptical about how Jin-Woo has been able to get so much money in such a short amount of time, and he starts calling back to all the people he just murdered. Overwhelmed by his actions, he tries to drink it off, but the system detects a harmful substance and rids the alcohol out of the system. So bro just gets up and takes the beer to his room. Look at how many cans he's had. He trying to black the fuck out. Turns out that when he had a second awakening, he got 2 rewards: Spirit of Rehabilitation, along with long last health and longevity, explaining how he was able to grow back his missing limbs. Gina comes into the room letting him know that Jin-Ho wants to have a chat with him. So it turns out Jin-Ho is trying to start a guild under his father's name and wants Jin-Woo to join and do 19 C-rank dungeons for 30 billion. But then Jin-Woo thinks about how he has the potential to surpass S-rank and realizes 30 billion ain't shit compared to what he can earn in the long run, and declines the offer. Jin-Ho can't believe this, and in one last ditch effort, he claims to take Jin-Woo's secret to the grave if he works with him, but with just a stare, Jin-Woo gets him to shut his mouth. Jin-Woo is at the park with his sister, and they start jogging together so Jin-Woo can complete his dailies, but after completing them, he realizes that the system registered over the 10-kilometer limit, so as soon as Gina catches up, he just leaves her in the dust. After doubling the requirement for his daily quest, it turns into a secret quest, which allows him to choose which rewards he wants. So he chooses the blessed random loot box, which rewards him with a dungeon key, but this one is special since it's S rank, and you can obtain the ingredients to the elixir of life, the elixir he needs in order to cure his mother's illness. So he gives her one last visit and then opens the dungeon. Jin-Woo enters the hell dungeon prepared with a teleportation stone in case anything goes wrong, but right before he can even attempt to step foot in the building, a gatekeeper appears, but this ain't no average gatekeeper. It's fucking Cerberus. Off-rip, Jin-Woo activates his wolf assassin tag and dashes right towards Cerberus to land a slash, but it's not very effective. He creates space and attempts to use murderous intent, but Cerberus cancels it out, so Jin-Woo instantly stabs its head trying to activate his dagger's debuffs, but yet again, it gets cancelled out. So now Cerberus is on the offensive, and he instantly bites Jin-Woo's arm off. Bro's in disbelief. He lost 1/3 of his health in an instant. He barely dodges out alive, but Cerberus activates raged mode.
Well, ain't no fucking way.
I'm coming for your booty, kid.
Jin-Woo miraculously escapes and instantly tries to activate his teleportation crystal, but Cerberus spawns in and bitch slaps Jin-Woo away from the crystal. Look at how Cerberus tries to ram into Jin-Woo. He trying to catch a body. Jin-Woo runs away and buys potions, but they barely raise his health up until he stumbles upon the potion he acquired from defeating Kasaka. However, it contains poison, which would make him lose 35% of his strength, but Jin-Woo calls back to him drinking the beer and says, "Fuck it, we ball." In return, his physical damage gets reduced by 20% with no drawbacks. Cerberus pulls up out of nowhere and chomps a part of his chest off, but he just eats it like a boss. And just like Jin-Woo predicted, Cerberus's raise mode deactivates, so he charges in and lands a critical hit, but Cerberus instantly charges back and puts Jin-Woo into the air and literally chomps into his body. But little did Cerberus know, real gamers always lock in at 1 HP.
Never back down, never what? That's a lot of damage. Get this shit off me! Over and over!
Jin-Woo gets a mystery item and turns out it's the formula for the elixir of life, but he realizes he's not yet ready to climb the Hell Castle right now, so he vouches to visit again when he's stronger.
1 week later.
So in order to get even stronger, he accepts Jin-Hoo's offer to raid the 19 C-rank dungeons, but only on the condition that him and Jin-Hoo will be the only ones entering the dungeons. But it takes time to establish a strike team, so in the meantime, Jin-Woo is stuck doing dailies. He even gets so desperate for EXP, he's willing to not do them on purpose so he can enter the penalty zone. But with the power of plot convenience, he gets an urgent request to participate in a D-rank gate, so he accepts the invite, and on his way, he encounters Mr. Song, the only real nigga at the double dungeon incident. He's been living a life of a sensei and just training the youth. They arrive at the dungeon gate, and would you look at that, it's a whole ass high school reunion. Ju-hee has spent her days wallowing in depression. Mr. Kim has shamelessly been living the family life he was willing to sacrifice a man in his 20s for. And this guy, we don't even know what he up to, nor do I know his name. He really a bump for real. Ju-hee out here blessing over Jin-Woo, but then these prisoners arrive trying to rizz her up, but they are acquainted by Tae-shi. I've definitely never seen this type of character design before. He's here to keep these criminals in check from doing any dumb shit. Now, you might be wondering, why the fuck are criminals allowed to participate in these raids? Well, if they participate in dungeon raids, their sentences get lowered. Fantasy world capitalism at its finest. But right before they can start the raid, Mr. Song bows to Jin-Woo, apologizing for his failure to protect the people who died in the double dungeon. But Jin-Woo tells him to lift his head since there's no reason to bow. And just like that, they enter the dungeon. Mr. Song, the prisoners, and Jin-Woo take on the goblins with ease, and Mr. Song even points out how Jin-Woo's aura has changed. Ju-hee is shocked at the fact she hasn't even had to heal him yet. They eventually run into a crossroads, but Jin-Woo instantly senses the path to the Both chamber, so him, Mr. Song, and Ju-hee decide to go left, while Tae-shi and the prisoners go right, which leaves Mr. Kim and the Big Mom to go the middle route. But as they go their separate ways, Tae-shi gives Jin-Woo a look of acknowledgement. The prisoners take care of the goblins with ease, and Tae-shi asks them if they can kill people just as easily, and they say it's just the same. As Tae-shi cuts back to a flashback, we find out that these prisoners have been arrested for assaulting this man's daughter, which led to her self-deleting herself, which then led to his wife being so shocked it put her in a coma. So Mans is offering Tae-shi 3 billion sun in order to kill the prisoners, and without hesitation he gets to choking one of them, and right after he's done with the job, Mr. Kim walks in. Jin-Woo hears people screaming and instantly comes rushing into the scene just to see the fat bum along with the prisoners have been murked. But most importantly, he notices a struggling Mr. Kim. Ju-hee tries healing him, but it does nothing. Jin-Woo can't allow him to die here, or who else will he have to jump all his rage at? But Mr. Kim simply just tells Jin-Woo he's sorry and passes away. and the imposter instantly tries to sneak attack Ju-hee, but Jin-Woo ain't letting that slide. Taishi finally reveals his true colors. He joined the Hunters Association simply so that he can get away with murder. So Mr. Song opts in to fight him with the help of Ju-hee using sword stance on him. They clash, but Taishi isn't worried at all, since Mr. Song is just a washed up boomer. He even lets him land the slash on him, but it was just his illusion. Mr. Song ain't gonna let that disrespect slide, so he instantly gets back to hacking and slashing, but it ends up being pointless. But Ju-hee ends up being useful for once and actually heals a wound. But then Taishi just uses Fury Swipes and Ju-hee tries to heal and fails yet again. She's actually the most fraudulent healer, but right before Taishi could land the finishing blow, Mr. Song pulls out his trump card and uses Overheat, but it's not very effective, and wallahi, Mr. Song is finished. Hey, I remember you. You're that weak ass E-rank from the hospital. The fuck was your name again? I'm Sung Jin-Woo, the E-rank hunter. Taishi finally realizes that Jin-Woo is the same person who had that low ass mana score in the hospital, and he can't believe how different of a person he is in such a short amount of time. Taishi dashes towards Jin-Woo using a barrage of slashes, so Jin-Woo counters, but he's too slow, which leads to Jin-Woo shadow stepping back towards him. Ju-hee and Mr. Song can't even comprehend how fast they're moving, but it turns out they're evenly matched in speed, so Taishi makes Jin-Woo flinch in order to land some quick slashes on Jin-Woo, leaving him with a cut. Bro think he won the fight, but all he did was poke the bear. As the system declares Taishi an enemy, brother is shook. Jin-Woo activates murderous intent and starts doing the Goku warm-up and completely blitzes Taishi along with poisoning him, but bro locks the fuck in and parries Jin-Woo's attempt at landing the finishing blow. They get to exchanging blows at lightning speed. As Jin-Woo goes for the finishing slash again, Taishi just vanishes. Apparently Taishi used stealth, which allows him to conceal his sight, sound, and smell. As he slashes Jin-Woo's shin, which makes him collapse, Taishi emerges from the shadows and believes that victory is his, but little did he know this was just the beginning of the end. Heal. Did this heal himself? I thought I was fighting an E-rank, not the fucking Avatar. How the fuck is this accepting me?
Domain expansion. Dark shadow abyss.
But even after defeating Taishi, the dungeon isn't over, as Jin-Woo walks away from Ju-hee and Mr. Sung, declaring to defeat the boss by himself. Jin-Shul arrives at the scene after being told about Taishi's true nature, and to his surprise, he sees a totally different Jin-Woo. So naturally, he questions if Jin-Woo defeated Taishi, but Mr. Sung comes in clutch and takes the credit for Jin-Woo. Jin-Woo and Ju-hee settle down in the park. As Ju-hee walks him to the fountain, she calls back to suggesting they should go on a date, and remembers how Jin-Woo gave her a crystal to go get some food as his last dying gift. So she returns the crystal and announces her retirement. It's about damn time.
私、引退することにしました。
But that also means Jin-Woo's actions mentally scarred a girl so bad that she went into retirement.
3 days later.
Jin-Woo's strike team has finally been assembled, and it's quite literally just Jin-Woo, Bums, and Jin-ho for moral support. They out there looking like Curry and Draymond in 2021. Jin-Woo pops the crystal he got from killing Taishi, which gives him the stealth ability, and they enter the first dungeon together. So naturally, the Bums doubt that Jin-Woo and Jin-ho are gonna survive, but as soon as they enter back in the lobby, everyone is shook, and just like that, the training arc begins. After reaching the required level, Jin-Woo receives a job change quest. Meanwhile, these agents pull up to the meetup spot on the hunt for Jin-Woo after becoming suspect of how he's managed to survive all of these incidents, and their suspicions are proven right when they see him walk out the portal by himself.
Later that night.
And what a better way to recruit some talent than taking them to a cafe after dark. Off-rip bro is trying to poach him by claiming the White Tiger Guild would double his Yujin construction offer. But little did he know that Yujin construction offered him $30 billion And since White Tiger is worth only 50 billion, Jin-Woo calls Cap and activates interrogation mode, pressing on to stay quiet about his awakening, and even slashes him as a warning and offers a deal to sell his 3 remaining C-rank dungeons for 600 million, along with on silence about Jin-Woo's awakening.
The next morning.
The 3 dungeons were only valued at a max of 68 million each, so Jin-Woo scammed the fuck out of bro. He even has the audacity to text on, letting him know this was just a get back for spying on him. And just like that, Jin-Woo is heading towards the location to start his job change quest. Jin-Woo eventually arrives at the location and opens up a big ass nether portal before entering it with swag. He arrives at the dungeon and takes note of how potions and full recovery can't be used during the quest, right before a great knight pulls up on him. So naturally, Jin-Woo attacks it, but his slash wasn't very effective. So bro activates Fatal Strike and charges in, but it doesn't even make a dent. So bro says fuck it and just rips the knight apart. But it's never that easy, since as soon as he lets his guard down, an assassin tries to sneak on him with the stealth skill, and a mage even tries to sneak with a light beam, and there's other beasts along with it. But the situation isn't in Jin-Woo's favor, since his fatigue is starting to build up.
One off screen later.
Jin-Woo took the beast down with ease and acquires some new invisible armor that reduces the physical damage he takes, but it's not over yet, since there's still a long road ahead. He eventually makes it to the boss gate, and just the wind has him trembling as he's greeted to an empty throne being held by the lone red knight IGRIS. IGRIS dashes straight towards Jin-Woo, completely destroying the pillar behind him. This nigga is shook, but Jin-Woo is able to create space before charging back in and does absolutely no damage. IGRIS hits him with a hammer arm and throws bro to the side like he's nothing. So Jin-Woo drops his weapon and decides that he's gonna have to throw hands in order to stand a chance. IGRIS shows chivalry and returns the favor by dropping his weapons.
3, 2, 1, go!
A lot of damage. Here we go! Woo! This guy's tough.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
IGRIS beat the absolute brakes off of Jin-Woo and got him hanging on for dear life. So assuming that it's over, IGRIS calls back his sword to deliver the finishing blow. But bro forgot that Jin-Woo is the main character.
Finish him.
You can never go out that sorry again! Fight against super effective against sword, do red-headed bullets, nigga!
Jin-Woo receives rewards for defeating IGRIS, including IGRIS's helmet. Bro really beats you with plot and stole your drip. That's tough! He also got a rune stone and a teleportation zone, but an urgent message pops up and all types of beasts start appearing. So bro goes stealth mode in order to avoid confrontation since he's on low HP, but the mages disable his stealth ability and only 5 minutes have passed. So bro tries to use his teleportation crystal to escape, but gets it bopped out of his hand. Jin-Woo ain't going out like a bitch, so he starts throwing hands till the very end, but he eventually starts to feel the PTSD again. Look at you, all big and strong, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're still the weakest hunter of all time. But with the power of plot, he's transported to the penalty zone right before the beast could kill him. So he takes the 1v10 on with ease and begins prepping for the incoming swarm he's gonna have to battle. So he purchases himself a Night Killer blade and breaks the rune stone in order to unlock Ruler's Hand, which is just a fancy way of saying telekinesis. So after preparing, the timer runs out and bro is instantly on that type of timing.
Ha! Give me strength! Ha! Yeah! Take this! Yeah! Rah! It's over! Yeah! Back off!
Bro really took on all the beasts by himself. He was out there looking like Sora and Hollow Bastion. He might be the GOAT. So as promised, he gets his class. But to his surprise, he's determined to be a necromancer, which completely shocks him and makes him rethink all his life choices. But he eventually gives in and accepts his role since the system hits him with the nuh-uh. Mans is now a shadow monarch, and with that he gets the shadow extraction skill, the skill that allows him to control the corpses of the beasts he's defeated, and in order to use it he needs a keyword.
Wakey wakey.
And just like that, they all arise, but there's still someone he needs to tame.
Get up, buddy.
IGRIS, get up!
Alright, listen here, motherfucker. Last time I checked, before I entered this room, that throne was empty, and the last person to sit in it was me before putting you up in a pack, so you can either join me or I'm gonna leave your ass to rot like Springtrap.
Correct.
And in the most hyped way, Jin-Woo officially becomes the Shadow Monarch with IGRIS and the other knights bound before his feet. They grow up so fast, man. I've seen him go from this swagless bum to a man with aura. I guess you could say he went from rags to riches.
Hey, go follow munchiweeb on Instagram right now. He's giving away 5 people $10 to $15 worth of gift cards each. Go, 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 go.